Hello, students. How are you today? You are fine? You are happy? Why are you happy? Because you are in English class. That's great. I'm happy too because I am sharing this time to you in order to learn this interesting language as is English. Now, dear students, today is April 30, 2021. There are 4 students in this class who are Diana, Michael, Jake, and Carla. Now, students, let's going to start. Pay attention, please, for a minute. Before introducing the main topic, I'd invite you to watch the following video. Wait a minute, let me check the sound. Now, dear students, what do you see in the video? Who tell me? Say you see about technology, okay. Science, excellent. About what? Cloud for the future, excellent. Another idea? Okay. You also technological machines for medicine, science, okay? Now, dear students, I'm asking some questions about this video, okay? Carla, do you remember what will happen in 2020 about this video? What happened? Okay, as you mentioned, in 2020, different sensors could be incorporated to the internet. That's great. What happened in 2024, Michael? Okay, well, Michael, as you mentioned, in 2024, the technology could be used for organ transplant by this year. In 2026, what happened, Carla? What happened? Excellent. Artificial intelligence machines will join or incorporate this kind of technology. That's great. By this year. Excellent. And for all the students, would you like to have this technology? Yes. Why? Okay, because you think that the technologies will help people to do their different activities more quickly than now. Well, that's okay. Now, students, we'll continue. Through this lesson, you are going to be able to learn about the future of technology. Additionally, through a class debate, and additionally, you take apart important detail from an article, reflect on the listening to understand the use of technology for a specific purpose. Now, students, the future of technology. In this part, we have two words, future and technology. In the last class, we learned about the meaning of the future, but today we're going to connect the future with the technology, okay? Give me some ideas about future and technology. Let me insert a text here. Wait a minute. Okay, here. For the future, who tell me things that don't happen. Excellent. Excellent, Carla. Now, for the for technology. What about technology? Jake, technology. New things. Excellent. Another idea. Science. Another idea. Computers. Excellent. What else? Another idea. Develop. Okay, you put here develop. That's okay. Now, dear students, what is the future and what is the technology? In the last class, we learned about the future, as I mentioned before. And future, as you can see here, is upcoming time that hasn't happened yet. And in the case of technology, are the new things that people develop, especially involving computers, science, and other things, okay? We'll continue now talking about the future technology, but we're going to make focus in the present and then in the future, okay? As you can see here is the present. Please, Carla, what do you see in the picture? A man is using a computer. Jake, okay, he is using social media, listening music through the computer. Another idea, Diana? Okay, they are using websites. Okay. Michael, maybe buy something through the internet. Okay. And what happened? What you can see in the window? What do you see? Michael, Carlo, Diana, and Jake. Okay, a man who delivers something. Okay, a car. Things that happen normally here now. Okay, now what happened with the future? You can see the contrast here. The same man, but using maybe a digital computer like hologram, as you can see here. By touching, you can see here, this is a digital computer, okay? Now, Michael, what happened here? Tell me about the future, the human's future. What happened here? Cars will fly, okay? What, another example? Carla? People will live in another world. As you can see, he's there, Earth. Maybe it's another world. Now, Jake, people will have robots. Excellent. Michael, well, robots will play sports. Diana, robots will be teachers, will work as a teacher, okay? That's correct, okay? And finally, Michael said that people will use other kind of transportation, okay? That's okay. As you can see here in this picture, is in the construct about the present and future, things that can happen in the future. It is a prediction about the humans can do or develop in the future, okay? Taking into account the technology. Now we're continue working with an interesting topic that is advantages of the future technology. Now please, one by one, read and then give me the point of view, okay? Diana, start please. As Diana said, allow us do things we never thought we could do. Diana, what about this? Okay, as you mentioned, the technology will allow us do new things. Okay, for example, okay, that's great. Use hologram and other things, okay? Now, Michael, next, what about that? Save time. You think that technology will help people to save a lot of time in the different activity. That's great, Michael. Now, please, Jake, entertainment. What about this? Okay. You say that people will have a variety of entertainment like video games in a real context. That's okay, that's great. Excellent point of view. Okay, Diana, Michael, Jake, and Carla. The next, save life. What about this? What about this? Save life. Okay, as you mentioned here, the technology will help doctors save life for people because they can find the illness more quickly than now. That's great. Create new things for all students. That's great. New technological machines for everything, or do different works, create new things. That's great. Now, dear students, these are the advantages of the future technology, but now we're continue learn about the disadvantages of technology, okay? Please, again, Diana, read please. Wait a minute here. Okay, as you mentioned, most technological devices rely on electricity, so if power is low, device cannot be used. What about this? People will use a lot of power in order to use this kind of device. That's great. Thank you, Diana. Now, please, Michael. As you mentioned, technological devices tend to be expensive, so poor cannot afford them and segregation increase. What about this? Okay, as you mentioned, these technological devices will be expensive and the people who don't have a lot of money can buy these kind of devices. That's great. Then, Carla, as you mentioned, interaction between people is less important now. Okay? What about this? Thank you, Carla. As you say, people it's less important to talk face to face because people will use more technological devices, more cell phones, computers to communicate with each other. Now we're continue. These are the disadvantages about of the future of technologies. It is important to take into account the positive and negative effects for humans, and additionally for living lives. It is time to practice to learn more about the technologies for the future. Go to the quizzes game, dear students. Go to the quizzes game. You can use your cell phone or your computer. It is not a problem. Let's going to start with this game. Wait a minute. Let's going to start. Please use your cell phone to join in the quizzes game. Wait for the code. Wait for the code, your students. Please enter the code in order to practice. Enter the code in your cell phone. The code is 885994. Now Jake is here, Carla too, Michael, and Diana. Let's going to start. Let's going to start, please. Now Jake is in the first place, Diana in the second place, Michael and Carla in the third place. Now, through this game, we practice more about the technology, where you look at the picture and choose the correct option according to seeing the picture. For example, here, this picture is about artificial intelligence. The next is about a new era of computing, as you can see here, the connection. Then, a new era in medicine through the technology. Later, the smartphone will think like human in the future. And the last is that people will use sensor in their clothes. You are doing a great job, dear students. Now we're continue with, wait a minute, with the next activity. In the next activity, we're going to work with the worksheet number 1. This is about a reading activity about technology. To learn more about that. Wait a minute. Well, dear students, in this activity, first read the title and the subtitle in order to know what is the article about. Okay. A volunteer, Carla. Okay. It is about the future of technology and the computer. Okay. Now, please, students, let's going to start in this activity. As you know, the future of technology. One student read the first paragraph, then the other the second and third paragraph. Let's going to start. Please read aloud. Jake, read aloud. Excellent, Jake. As you mentioned, over 65 years ago, the world's first computer was born. Scientists call it the baby, but it was huge. It filled an entire room. 3 people made a computer and programmed math problems for it. On June 19, 1988, computers solved its first math problem in 52 minutes. At that time, this was amazing. The first paragraph is about what? Yes, about the first computer that solved the first math problem in what minutes? Okay, 52 minutes. That's great. Now, please, the next. Michael, read the second paragraph. Mhm. As you mentioned, Michael, computers are now much smaller with touchscreen technology. Many computers don't need extra things like a keyboard or a mouse. In the future, computers probably won't need these things at all. Some computers, like the smartphone, can fit it in one hand. Computers are also more powerful today. There is more computing power in a smartphone than there was in all of the computers on Apollo 11, the first spacecraft to take people to the moon. Now, please, a volunteer who tell me the second paragraph is about the computer because why? Computers are too small. Okay, what else? More powerful today. Okay, that's great. I don't use sometimes keyboards or mouse. That's great. Now, the next paragraph, please, Carla, read. Read aloud. Excellent, Carla. Now, as you mentioned, how else will computers change in the future? A computer's brain is a chip inside of the computer, and in the future, people will definitely be able to save much more information on a computer chip. So computers will be smarter and even more powerful. Perhaps they will even think like humans. Maybe we won't need to tell computers what to do because they will decide for themselves. The third paragraph is about the future of computer. And what happened with the computer in the future? Okay, maybe things like humans. Okay, that's nice. Excellent answers, dear students. Now need activity number 2. Listen and read the article again and choose the correct answer. Now we are continue working with the listening section. Wait a minute. In order to choose the correct answer. Let me check here. Listen, please.
An article about computers. Exercise 2. Read and listen to the article. What was the first computer like?
Computers. A big past, a small future. Over 65 years ago, the world's first computer was born. Scientists called it the baby, but it was huge. It filled an entire room. 3 people made the computer and programmed math problems for it. On June 19, 1948, the computer solved its first math problem in 52 minutes. At that time, this was amazing. Computers are now much smaller. With touchscreen technology, many computers don't need extra things like a keyboard or a mouse. In the future, computers probably won't need these things at all. Some computers, like the smartphone, can fit in one hand. Computers are also more powerful today. There is more computing power in a smartphone than there was in all of the computers on Apollo 11, the first spacecraft to take people to the moon. How else will computers change in the future? A computer's brain is a chip inside the computer. And in the future, people will definitely be able to save much more information on a computer chip. So computers will be smaller and even more powerful. Perhaps they'll even think like humans. Maybe we won't need to tell computers what to do, because they'll decide for themselves.
Now, dear students, after you listening, please take a minute to circle the answers. You have the answer? That's great, excellent. So I imagine that you understand all the listening, all the reading, okay? Now please, Diana, number 1, what is the answer? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, the first computer fit in a room, excellent answer. Now Michael, the answer for the second? Okay. The baby found the answer to 1, 3, or 65. 1 math problem in 52 minutes. Excellent. Now, Carla, tell me the answer. The computers on Apollo 11 were less powerful than a smartphone. Correct. Now, the last one, Blake. Today, many computers don't have keyboards. Excellent. All the answers here are correct. Students, you understood all the reading, all the article about the technology. Now, dear students, you are doing a great job. Now, let me check. We're continuing working with the worksheet number 2. This is an individual activity. In this activity, you are going to practice the listening comprehension again, okay? The using of technology. In activity number 1, you should listen a part of conversation and complete, okay? Listen, please. Just one part, not all the conversation, okay?
They're always coming out with something new.
Do you want to play a video game? I just got a new game console, the Zetron 2100.
Cool.
Let's play Cyber Chase. It's a really cool game.
Okay.
First, we need to choose our characters. I'll be Zed. Just click on the character you want.
Okay, but they're all boys.
If you scroll down, you'll see more characters.
Oh, okay. I'll be Afra.
Now let's pick the world we want. You'll see all of the choices if you zoom out.
Okay. How about Ocean World?
That one is really hard. How about Amazon World?
Sure.
They're always coming out.
Now, dear students, you listen the first paragraph, the first part of the conversation in order to complete the first activity. Now, don't say your answer yet, no. Later, we check the answers, okay? Work alone, please. Don't work with your partner, don't text message or something like that. In activity number 2, say, listen again. Are the sentences true or false? Listen again, dear students. Listen again.
With something new.
Do you want to play a video game? I just got a new game console, the Zetron 2100.
Cool.
Let's play Cyber Chase. It's a really cool game.
Okay.
First, we need to choose our characters. I'll be Zed. Just click on the character you want.
Okay, but they're all boys.
If you scroll down, you'll see more characters.
Oh, okay. I'll be Afra.
Now let's pick the world we want. You'll see all of the choices if you zoom out.
Okay. How about Ocean World?
That one is really hard. How about Amazon World?
Sure. That was fun. Hey, if I get a Zetron, will we be able to play together from our own houses?
Sure. We just have to connect with Wi-Fi and we can both play from our own game consoles.
Cool. If I ask my parents, they might get it for me for my birthday.
You know, if you wait a few months, you may be able to get the Zetron 3100.
Really?
Yeah, they're coming out with a new model soon.
They're always coming out with something new. I wonder what video games will be like in the future.
I don't know, but I think I'll probably be a video game designer in the future.
What kind of games will you make if you're a designer?
I really like action games, like Cyber Chase. If I make games, they won't be boring, that's for sure.
There are a lot of computer classes at school. Will you take any of them?
Yeah, I actually have one now, computer graphics. If I like it, I might take more.
Cool. So, do you want to play another game of Cyber Chase?
Of course. Hey, if I beat you, will you do my homework?
No way!
Now, dear students, after you listen the conversation, please tell me the answers in order to check that is correct or incorrect. Do you want to play a video game? Use or a new game console to the Zetron. Diana, tell me the answer. Okay. That's correct. 2100. Let's play a Cyber Chase. It is a really? Michael? Colgate. Excellent. Now, please, Carla. First, we need to choose our or what? Or what? character. Excellent answer. And Jake, the last one. If you scroll down, you see more characters. Excellent. That's great. You listen the first part perfectly. Now, please true or false information about the conversation you hear. Carla has a new game console, true or false? Enjoy it. That is true. Excellent. There are any boy characters in the cyber cheese? Carla? False, because is why Carla? Why false? Because okay, the characters are boys and girls. Excellent. Now, Michael, Jenna and Carl play Ocean World. True or false? True or false? Who tell me the answer? True or false? Ocean World. True or false? False, because they play Amazon World. Now, Jenna wants a game console for her birthday. True or false? Okay, this is true. Carl thinks Jenna should get a 2100 Citron. True or false? This is false, because Jenna wants the 300, 100, okay? And the last one, Carl is taking a computer class. True or false? True, that's great. Excellent, students. You understood all the listening because you developed all the activities perfectly. Now we're continue, dear students. Well, students, during this class, you learn about the future of technology. Additionally, we'll learn and talk about the advantages and disadvantages of that. And then we'll practice and learn more about this interactive topic, including different devices for the future. Then we make a comparison between the present and future of technology. And as you can see here in the picture, this is a man that is using different devices. Maybe for in the future, as you can see, this building look more technological. This transportation, as you can see here, maybe is an airplane or something like that. Well, dear students, additionally, through this topic about the future of technology, you practice a lot of reading, speaking, and listening comprehension. That is great for you. Thank you so much, dear students. I really enjoy this class because you practice and talk all the time during my class. Thank you so much. This is all for today. Take care and bye-bye. See you on the next class. Bye-bye. Take care. Take care a lot, dear students.